Hi everybody, it's Tatiana, and I am coming hopefully quickly to do a reading wrap up of the last few books that I've read over the last couple of months. If I say last one more time, not including the books that I've done reviews of. I had to check my channel. The last wrap up that I did was in March. Yes, so this video is going to cover the books that I have read in April, May, and June. And 4 of the books that I read over that quarter, basically, were the books in the Tananarive African Immortal series, My Soul to Keep, The Living Blood, Blood Colony, and My Soul to Take. I have to say, I really thought that I was only going to read this as a trilogy. I anticipated that I was going to finish reading this with Blood Colony, but after Blood Colony, I had to know what happened next. And then I started reading My Soul to Keep, and I wanted to keep going. I thoroughly enjoyed that series, and part of me is hoping that there's more to come. If you don't know what that story or what that series is about, I can give you kind of a synopsis of the first book, which is My Soul to Keep, where you have 2 characters, and I'm totally blanking on the wife's name. The husband's name is David, and the wife's name is Jessica, and they are husband and wife, but there's just something about David that rings off to everyone but Jessica. It's one of those situations where everyone sees the negatives about a person except you, and because you're so head over heels in love and you're so happy, you miss those things that everybody else sees, and you don't want to listen to what everyone else says about this person. And as the story progresses, that turns out to be very damaging to Jessica as a person, to some of the friends that she has, as this story unfolds, that her life kind of sort of falls apart with this whole situation, and it goes on from there. And I have to say, Jessica is one of my least favorite female characters that I have read, but I so enjoyed this story. It was kind of frustrating as I was reading it, but to get to the end of each novel, even taking into account my frustration with some of the characters, the work, the way that the novel is written, so good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I cannot recommend that highly enough, and now I understand why everybody that I talked to who have read this novel or read these books kept talking about how great they were. I get it. They were right. I also read Devil in a Blue Dress by Walter Mosley, and I don't think I did a review of that. I'm not a mystery reader. However, I think the way Walter Mosley has written, or at least wrote Devil in the Blue Dress, it makes me want to read more, it makes me want to know more about Easy Rawlins, and I enjoyed how the mystery unfolded in this story, where it's not even so much as a whodunit, but you're just getting to know Easy Rawlins and how he's getting into this PI lifestyle and the effect that it has on him as a person, as well as getting to know him, or getting to know some of his history and his experience with some of the people that he's come in contact with, as well as some of the people from his past. Really enjoyed that, and I am looking forward to reading the second novel. I did not get the second novel because I wanted to get it from the library and it wasn't available on Overdrive. At some point, I'm going to get it. The next book I read that I did not do a review of was Dark Promises by Christine Feehan, and I had gotten to a point before reading Dark Carousel. So whatever the book is before, no, Dark Promises is before Dark Carousel. So whatever the book is before Dark Promises, I read that and I did not like it at all. And for those of you who don't know, the Dark series by Christine Feehan is a paranormal romance series where the stories are very formulaic. You have these Carpathian hunters or males that are born, or the Carpathian people, they're immortal. The males are born, and when the females are born, they are somebody's life mate, somebody's soulmate, that they have this connection with each other. And the goal for the male Carpathians are to fight the vampires who are male Carpathians who feed, because they do live on blood, who feed and kill when they feed. And it takes one time for you to kill when you're feeding and you turn vampire. And so that means the male Carpathians who used to be your friends now become your hunters. This is their life's goal. After a while, they lose the ability to see color and feel emotions. And the only time that they feel emotions, which pushes them to become, some of them to become vampires, is when they kill. Like that fear or ecstasy, whatever, that the person that they're killing is feeling, that's that brief second, they feel that high of that. So it's kind of like a junkie or a coke addict always looking for that that high that they get, like that first high. Sade, never as good as the first time, but that's not the case once you turn vampire. Every time you kill, you feel that little bit of emotion from the people you're killing. And so background of it, but they're very formulaic. The main male character in the story, or female character, is somebody's life mate who's already in the story. They find that life mate and they get together and they have great sex and they learn about the Carpathian lifestyle and how to live together, blah blah blah. That's like really, really long. Cut it down. But the stories are very formulaic. You know for the most part what's going to happen. After reading the book Before Dark Promises, I was so disappointed and so let down that I said I think I need to take a break from it. And so I took a break for about 8 months and then skipped Dark Promises and read Dark Carousel. And Dark Carousel was so good, I said, okay, wait, this was so good, I need to go back and read Dark Promises. So I read Dark Promises while I was on vacation. Really, really enjoyed that, and I had intended to go on to read another book by Alyssa Cole after finishing that, but I went straight into Dark Legacy, which I also just finished. And yeah, for all of the bad things that could be said about like how the stories are written, like for the people who don't like it when YA stories talk about they released the breath they didn't know they were holding, heart stop or skip beats a lot in this series. And so I don't pay attention to that because I know it's going to happen, but I thoroughly enjoy just reading this series, and I'm so glad that these books are better than the books before. I will put links to the video reviews that I have done of the other books that I have read since March in the description box below if you have not yet checked them out. I mean, pretty much 90% of my content right now are book reviews or Friday reads, so you could really just scroll back through on my channel to find them. They're right there, but I will link them in the description box below to make it just a little bit easier for you if you are interested in checking those out. That's all that I have for this video. I am going to go because good Lord, you can't tell it's been a while since I've recorded because I am talkative. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good weekend whenever you see this video. Peace out.